What's this one?
Sorry?
It's like evolution.
Yeah. It's projector. Those are
I mean,
symbols.
what are they showing?
Yeah, like
Evolution.
symbols. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like this is
For
digital,
digital. And then
digitality
going to
and energy,
energy. What's that?
electricity through air,
Air, wind,
sun,
sun. Oh, nice.
energy, circular.
Renewable.
Sustainability,
And then what's
sustainability.
next?
Austria.
Ah, that's your map.
That's our map. So the next one
And then where?
is Mozart, famous musician.
Who is that?
Mozart.
Ah, Mozart. Ah, he's Austrian.
Yes.
I
Born
don't
in
know.
Salzburg and died in Vienna.
And
Those
then
are the Lithuanian
what's
horses
that? Horse.
located in Austria.
And then
The big wheel of Vienna.
Ferris wheel. Going to
The Sacher cake.
ah, that's okay.
Much chocolate. Renewability.
What's that?
Sustainability, renewability.
I mean, what plant? Which fruit?
It's representing the different
Any
seasons.
fruit? Oh, ah, okay.
And here we have the mountains. Snowing and skiing.
Nice. Then that's wine.
Grapes.
Going to what are those?
Grains like the wheat, the
Ah, okay.
barley,
And then
and now bread, which is made out of this. This is
person,
Eagles.
yeah, education.
Studying both offline and online, which is very common in Austria. And science.
Wow. And then transport.
Drivers in US cars. Driver.
Driverless.
Driverless.
Really?
Invented in Austria. And artificial intelligence.
Ah, it's going back now. And then what about this other side?
This is a comparison between Austria. On
This
side.
one is Austria's
This is
map.
Austria, yes.
And then,
And the size, which is almost the same with the United Arab Emirates.
oh,
Here is Dubai located, Middle East. And here we have a comparison between the population, both
okay.
about 9 million inhabitants. So here we have the topography of Austria, with a very mountainous region in the western part and the very flat in the eastern part, and the United Arab Emirates, most of it very flat
Yeah.
desert. A lot of forest and a lot of desert. That's the skyline of our capital city, Vienna.
Then skyline
And
of
the skyline of
UAE.
Dubai. Burj Al
Burj
Arab, Burj
Burj
Khalifa,
Khalifa.
and all the huge buildings. coffee and tea,
Okay.
very common in Austria, and as
Shisha.
well in the United Arab Emirates. The violin, most
Music.
common instrument in Austria, especially in Vienna and Salzburg. This is where Vienna is located. And here is where Dubai is located. And in this region we have the oud, common instrument.
The symbol?
It's a symbol, both with an eagle.
No, I think UAE is Falcon.
It's
Ever realized, ever made. If you get closer, I mean, just look at the detail.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And this is no piece of paper. This is wood. So it's carved.
Ah,
into wood.
okay. And it's very
This makes it
detailed.
even more difficult, right?
Because it's so detailed.
Exactly. Look at the streets, the alleys, the squares, the bridges. It's great. It's just amazing.
And then, who is this man?
This one right here is
Yeah.
Poseidon,
Ah,
the
okay.
god of the sea, right? And there you have Hermes,
Hermes.
another god.
Okay.
So Hermes is making sure everything is alright because he looks after trading and commerce. You know, Venice at the time was an empire. Well, it was an empire where people from the west and people from the east used to meet and trade and commerce. And Poseidon is looking after the seas, making sure everything is all okay. And I mean, this is just every time I look at it, I find something new. You got the winds. You see these faces right here, these guys blowing, those are the winds. The names are in Latin, of course, but also in Italian, because some words are similar. And think.
And then this guy. This is a head.
Exactly,
Head
this
of
is
a
a head
man.
as well as that one and that one over there. So these guys blowing represent the winds.
Ah, okay.
This one right here is called, the name of the wind is Libeccio. Then you have Grecale, it's Italian. Tramontana, Maestrale, well then you have Ponente, so many names. And another interesting fact is that the guy right here, Jacopo, when carving the wood, he did it upside down. So not like that, but imagine to just, upside down, which makes it even more difficult. It's crazy. And what I invite you to do is to compare this map to the other maps. The one right there and those ones over there. They're all maps of Venice, but if you compare them, you will realize why this is called the most beautiful map of Venice. I mean, those maps are great. They're just fantastic. But this one
This
is better, guys.
this is the only one made of
This
wood.
is the original.
Made of wood.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
okay.
And these maps are all taken from a museum in Venice. It's called Museo Correr. They gently gave us these maps for just 2 weeks, and then we're gonna change exhibitions. So the very first week and this week as well, they're about Venice. And Venice is the most sustainable city in the world. I mean, we know that if the level of the sea keeps on
Rising. Yeah.
rising, exactly, Venice will disappear, right? One day Venice will disappear. We do not want that. So that's why Venice is going towards a future, a very sustainable future, It's just fantastic, guys.
I wish you didn't put the glass so we can just.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
it's not allowed. It's not allowed. It's not
Of
allowed
course
to
it's
touch.
not. Of course it's not.
Because also, if you take a picture, the reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reflection, I mean, if you take pictures, it's very bad because
Yeah.
you don't see, I mean, unless you just put your phone right here, but still, it's
Can't
not the same.
justify the beautiful map.
Is there any reason why he made it upside down?
That's a very good question. I have no clue whatsoever. I mean, that's a question I would like to ask the guy. But, 500 years ago. So
Yeah. Hindi nga kita.
Sayang.
And transform it into oxygen. It absorbs the CO2 of the customers of the restaurant that is downstairs. This is Bulgari restaurant.
Okay.
And there is a pump, and the CO2 passes through the pump and arrives here, where you can see the foam, the bubbles. This is the CO2 that is absorbed by the plants, by the algae,
plants will-
and the plants will transform it into oxygen. But also this algae is a superfood.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very rich in nutrients. So according to FAO, this will be the food of the future. It's very rich in nutrients. And for example, NASA is using this algae as food for the astronauts. Like in the forest fields.
Yes.
Nice.
And also, the algae, the spirulina, can be used to make paints, like for the wall, to paint the wall.
Spirulina.
Yeah, you can see the paints.
Green
when
algae.
You passed there were some cans of paints. They were made with spirulina.
Is it same with the barley? Barley grass?
Grass. This is
The,
algae.
the spirulina as well.
Ito yung parang pampaano, no? Rich in fiber. Rich in fiber.
Rich in fiber, yes. Rich in nutrients in general, very rich. It's very healthy for the body.
To 12 years, and that's why every 12 years Kazakh people celebrate the age of Mashiach. For example, when we turn 12, 24, 36, it's a very special number for us. Dear guests, please proceed inside. There is a lot of space here. Okay. Also, the nomads had their own religion. It was called Tengriism. They believed that the god's name was Tengri, and in Kazakh language it's Tanger. They believed that he married a sun-like goddess, and that's how humanity was created. Here you can see the traditional pieces of Kazakh jewelry. For example, this one in the middle is called Cholpa, and it has a very interesting history behind it. Kazakh girls, they always had very long braided hair, and they used to wear this heavy metal thing in their hair because it makes a very specific ringing sound. And so the girl's parents know that she's safe and sound, and she's okay. Here you can step on the circle to try on the nomadic clothes virtually. It's a very big part of our culture. We have patterns on our national flag. We have it here on our uniform and every piece of traditional clothing everywhere. And it's not just drawings. They all have very deep meaning. And back then, at the time of nomads, it was a way of communication. For example, this carpet shows it. When a girl would get married, she would make a carpet with her own hands, and then she would send this carpet to her parents. And her parents, when they received this carpet, they could read the ornaments that she made, and they would know whether their daughter is happy in marriage or not. It was a way of communication. And last but not least, here I demonstrate you the traditional house of nomads. It's called the yurt. And as you know, nomads never really stayed in one place for long. They always moved from one spot to second one in the whole great step, and they needed a house which would be very sustainable and easy to transport. And this game clearly demonstrates us how the yurt was made. For example, they would start from the walls, which are called kirige, then the door, then they would put the middle of the roof, shamrap, and then the roof itself, and then they would cover it all with fabric. Yes, and that's how the nomadic house was created. Actually, it's full of symbolism and metaphors, even its form. For example, the nomads, they believe that Earth is flat in the shape of a circle, and also they believe that the galaxy is a semi-sphere shape. That's why the yurt for them was a miniature model of the universe. Yes. Thank you so much for your attention. We have 3 more zones on this floor.
It's taken. You can see that it should show the price. Okay. Okay, it shows. So when you click items, it recognizes the items taken, and there is no need to scan any barcode or anything. You just take it. we can put it immediately in the back.
At the moment you pick like that. Ah, okay.
Yeah, it calculates 2 right now. So when I put it down, it's 1, and it's not.
Wow. I'll
So
try again.
it saves time, it saves energy, and yeah, it's really fast.
Oh.
In actual store, it works faster because the internet here is a bit slower. But we pay at the exit of the store by card.
What if I pick something and I pick 2 and then I exchange them?
In actual store, it would work. This is simple version, so they didn't use all the sensors available, so it will not recognize it properly. Yeah, it changes, because of the weight. It thinks that this one is missing still. So yes, but in actual store you can change positions. You can take the item at the beginning of the store, and you can put it at the end as well.
So it is programmed based on their weight.
Yes, right here is underweight, under places. Also in actual store they have more sensors detecting the width of the product as well. And there are more cameras also seeing the product.
Nice. Okay.
The laser industry is really important for the Lithuanian economy, and different kinds of lasers are used for different things. So this is the strength of the laser. Light version of the laser can be used in medicine, for example eye surgery, where you should be very gentle, and strong lasers can be used for cutting things like diamonds or other strong materials, and we can make really precise cutting. Lithuanian lasers are known for its precision and its quality. 90 universities from top 100 in the world use Lithuanian lasers. Also NASA uses Lithuanian lasers for scientific research, and yes, it's important industry.
Standing still is basically the same as going backwards. We have the power and the drive. And the more someone tells us we can't do it, the more motivation it gives us to keep going. Meet the first of Latvia's dimensions, constant way forward. We are those who experiment with the different and the unknown. And if we don't succeed at first, we don't give up. We try again until we're there. We are untamed. We love to do things our way. It is the persistence, endurance, and passion which, instead of becoming the same as the world's best, has put us amongst them. We are witness to our past crossing paths with today's technology. This is what we do. We repurpose and give new life. We play and add dimensions to give you new perspectives. We know how to build machines, make quality products for the whole world, excel in science, and challenge what has never been questioned before. that process of creation wouldn't stop, and people would gain new knowledge, learn new skills, and expand on their everyday lives. Latvia itself is constantly moving forth and closely interacting with the world. What is the next necessity? Can we take something established and make it even better? Or give something an unimaginable new form? After all, where are we now and where do we want to be tomorrow? That is a part of our mission, to be at the same speed we did alone, sometimes even faster. We connect the unconnectable by pooling our talents and stepping beyond the limits of time and our abilities.
Couple of people from Angola, the north, and
Can I have your good name, please?
my name is Carla Piera. Yes.
So basically this is drawn on the beach sand?
No, this is a tradition from the north of Angola. The people, Chokwe people, Chokwe,
Okay.
the name of these people that lives in the north of Angola.
Great.
Draw on the sand to how can I say in English, to transmettre, pour send message or learn things about life with this drawing. Each draw is a message. Our universal message is a story, but it's something that when you finish the drawing, you erase the drawing and you start another story. It's something that is not it's not permanent, okay? And it's in the meetings. It's like when they are talking, when they want to oh my God, the name, to transmit, to send. No, what's
Send a message
Send a message
about life.
about
right?
life. Is this?
Right.
So I did this in the center from Dubai, and also the picture you see on the walls.
Oh,
You made all of this?
Yes.
Wow.
This is the link I make between tradition. We do it on the sand, but we can innovate this tradition, this Asian art, making things with another technique.
Also these ones?
Also this. So
Wow.
you have paintings, acrylic paintings. You have string art, where you use cloth, or you can use paper. This is a recycled paper. Papier-mâché. You see? And there also. It's paper. This is another technique. As you see, the link between the tradition and innovation.
And also here.
So you
So you understand.
what color? This is natural color?
No, it's the pigment. That is natural pigment. But
From
also,
plants and all, you make the color?
yes, from turmeric.
Turmeric, yeah.
I use turmeric also. And the other one sometimes coffee. And from the trees, from the oak of the tree, the spirit is brown, dark brown, like the goods. You see in the wood. It's it. And then I use acrylic painting also.
Great, it's very nice. You are a great artist.
Thank you.
We'll come back next time. I usually every week I visit.
Okay, I stay here.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll visit my friends here.
This exhibition ends on the 4th. November, and by me I stay here until the end of the exhibition.
Thank you. Nice meeting you. Good luck.
Welcome, welcome.
Al-Mutawakkil Billah, he was a cave at the time. In the year 237 in the Islamic calendar, it's about 52 meters in height and consists of 399 steps. And with a concave room at the top of it, where the Imam would step in and call for a prayer. So he had to go all the way up 5 times a day, climbing 399 steps to that concave room to call for a prayer. The room was designed specifically to emphasize and exaggerate the voice of the Imam. With the help of echo, it will reach all parts of the city. The mosque is considered one of the biggest mosques in the Abbasid age at the time because it would fit more than 80,000 people at a time praying inside it, and it was mainly used by the soldiers of the Abbasid age or the Abbasid country, because they used to pray with the caliph inside before they go to battles. Right now the Malwiya is still standing as it was before in the same place in the city of Samarra, and it is now open for tourists. Follow me please, the north side, because we are in a place with a lower water level than we were in the north. We now reach the south part of the map or of the country. These are called the marches of the south, or Ahwar al-Janub in Arabic. The marches are basically beds of land floating on top of water. They expand across an area of 35 to 40,000 kilometers, so it's a huge space, and they are all naturally made, no man-made, they're all naturally made. The people there still use boats for transportation, and they rely heavily on fishing and farming for a living. In 2016, the UNESCO acknowledged it as part of the World Heritage List. So right now it's a protected site by the UNESCO, and we are proud of that. The people there use for fishing a specific fishing net called Siliya, and it's the one you see on top of you right now. So the design of the pavilion was inspired from that Siliya. The moment it opens up and lands on the surface of the water before it starts catching fish. And the colors that range from red to orange to yellow, they reflect back, or they are based on a study that was made before the building of the pavilion, and it showed the potential of Iraq to produce solar energy. So we have the highest potential to produce solar energy for our own benefits and also to export to other countries. Follow me please.
And one of the financial centers, as well with Medellin. Medellin and Bogota are the most important cities in Colombia, one of the two most important. Okay, now you can follow my friend. She's going to explain everything. More than 1,120 species of birds. This makes us #1 in biodiversity of birds in the world, and there's even more in the Amazon. You will see later. Let's come this way. Here in this wall, you can see the Andes. The Andes is the biggest extension of mountains in South America. They provide us with really good quality water and ground, so we're able to grow one of the best coffees in the world. And not just coffee, flower.
Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to Egypt. My name is Noor. The meaning of Noor is light. I was named after the light that continues to shine over Egypt, illuminating its path to the future. Get ready for boundless innovation and inspiration, where we see our legacy empowers the future.
Alright everyone, now we're going to see how Egypt connects the world on the big screens, so please go